Good morning. My name is Tom with Home and RV, and I'm going to be doing your walk around on your brand new Cougar. So we'll get started on the passenger side here, where we have it all opened up. We'll first talk about your awning. Your awning is shade control only. It's not meant to be out in stormy weather or windy weather. So bring it in at night. Bring it in when you're not around the unit, and especially bring it in when it's windy or stormy weather. You can lower one side of the shade control of the awning with the little elbow. You'll see at the end there's one at this end as well, so you could bring both sides down and get a little better shade control if the sun's a little lower. As we come around to this side, you'll see your storage all the way over to the other side, and up here is one of your LP tanks. The regulator is on the other side, but it's a good idea to camp with one tank on at a time, and that way you'll know when you're completely out of gas in one and can switch to the other. As we come around the front of the unit, you have your spare tire, some storage area, and your deep cycle marine battery. You want to check the cells about every 4 to 5 months and make sure water is staying over the plates. If it's at or below the plates, just add some distilled water. On the front, you'll see you have a work light, and below that are the switches for your cap lights. So we come on around, you'll see the other side of your LP tank and your regulator. Your regulator is in the green right now, and the green shows there's gas in the tank. When that tank runs dry, it will go completely red. When it goes red, then you can turn this tank off if it's drawing from this side, and you can draw from either side at a time, or both sides if you wish. Other side of your storage, your 50 amp cable is here, as well as a dump hose. We have a 50 to 30 adapter, so you could plug in at a 30 amp service if you needed to. You can only run one AC at a time on 30 amps. You need 50 amps to run both ACs. Also up here is your battery disconnect and your level up system. Simply turn your level up system on, and you'll push the up button to get off your tow vehicle. Once you're off your tow vehicle, then you will push auto level and level up your unit. It will automatically bring the levelers down, the ones in the back, and adjust the front legs as well. Service panels in here. You have an external shower, and that hose will quick connect into it. You have a winterization port for winterizing directly from here out of your antifreeze bottles. Below that's your city water. It's a good idea to get a pressure regulator to keep your water at 55 pounds from the source, and you would connect that up at the source. Below that's your black tank flush. Once you've dumped your black tank and it shows there's still something in it, it means that there's something caught on the sensors. So this is the outlet for it. You'll hook a hose up to that, either the one we supply you or one you buy, and make sure you're in a dump. Make sure the black is open before you turn the water on to flush out that tank. Behind that you'll find your on-demand water heater. On-demand water heater does not need to be drained to be winterized. You'll winterize it with the rest of the system. The furnace exhaust is here. It's a good idea you can get a screen for that to keep mud daubers and little varmints out. I'm going to talk about the roof for a minute. Your roof is a solid membrane. There is a die-core seal across the front, one across the back. Everything that comes up through your roof has die-core sealant around it. Dicor is a brand name. They make a lot of things for campers. They make this caulking that's non-silicone. Do not use any silicone on that roof. It will eat right through the membrane. You have a freshwater fill here, and this is an onboard tank that has its own demand pump. So if you're at a site that does not have city water, you can fill this tank and have potable water. 50 amp service is here, and your cable is stored up front, and as well as the adapter that we talked about. Nice trailer hitch. Ladder to the roof so you can check those Dicor ceilings. We suggest you go up there and look at them at least a couple times a year, what we call the begin and end of season. So you go up there, make sure that if there's any cracks or separation from the roof, that you wipe those off, make sure they're nice and dry, and put the Dicor right over top of the old. Do not take the old up. The Dicor will self-level. You have your travel camera or your backup camera here, and inside is the monitor that all you have to do is plug it into your lighter port or your 12-volt port, and it will pair up with the camera. Little outdoor kitchen with your Capital grill. These are very nice grills. They'll hook into your gas right here with that quick connect. And then you also have a small refrigerator that will only work when you're plugged into shore power. That pretty well takes care of the outside of the unit. Let's go inside and do the same thing. As you come in, up to your right, you'll find your service panel, and to open it up, the factory setting is 4 zeros. Here you'll be able to access your AC and heat, lights, ceiling lights, awning lights. Go back, you have all your tanks. It shows you how full they are. We put water in the fresh tanks so we can do a little walkthrough and show you how that works. The black tank's empty, gray and gray are both empty. And then awnings and slides all operate here by just pushing a button. Down here is the water pump. We have it on because we're not hooked up to city water, and that's a way we can run the water with the onboard pump. Interior lights, you can turn them all off and on here. And while we're on the steps, we'll just come on up to your bathroom. Your toilet has a foot pedal to slightly push it, and it will fill the bowl to the height you wish. After use, push it all the way down, and that will flush it right into the black tank. This is also where you're going to put your black tank chemicals. Put your black tank chemicals in, run a little water with it. You want to do that before you even start camping. That way you'll keep the tank smelling good, and the black tank chemicals will then solidify the solids in the papers and make it easier to drain later after the tanks are full. Even if you're at a full hookup, do not leave those valves open. Let the valves or let the tanks fill up to at least 2/3 full, and you'll be able to register that on your monitor here. So just make sure they're at least 2/3 full before you dump them. Nice walk-in shower, light for the bathroom, and your GFI below it. This is your on-demand water heater. Simply turn it on, and it will come up to the temperature that's been set for it. You can reset the temperature if you like, but push the button and it will then turn off. Nice cabinet. bedroom. The bed has storage under it, and wardrobes beside it. And wardrobe that slides out here. Your light is a double click button, and you have night shades that are slow rise. We come on down the living area. You have a power panel here, and it has your 110 breakers and then your 12 volt fuses. They're all marked as to what they go to, so it's easily to know what's been tripped or is out. You also have your carbon monoxide and detector up here, as well as your LP detector. This is a monitor for your rear camera, which you'll hook up inside your tow vehicle. You do have remotes for your radio, which is located behind the door, and also for your TV, a nice big screen TV. Your keys will be here. Usually put them at the sink, so our driver knows where it is, and you will as well. You have a nice double sink with a drain cover, as well as a cover to give you a little extra counter space. Come to your cooktop. Your cooktop, turn it on, hit the sparker. There's a sparker on each burner, and that will give you the gas you want on top. This is for the pilot in the oven, and you'll push that in while you're hitting the cooker, and it will light the pilot. You also have lights to work by. The little blue lights on the valves will turn red when gas is coming out, so that's a good indicator. You have a glass top. If you want to put it down while you're traveling, please do not cook upon it. It is not a cooktop. You have light and fan above that, and then we come to your 12 volt refrigerator. Nice size unit. So being 12 volt, it will stay on while you're traveling down the road. Nice recliners with the light switch and dimmer here. Also nice size pantry, and ample cabinetry throughout. That pretty well takes care of the walkthrough. We want to thank you for buying your unit from Holman, and know that it's going to serve you well.